before going through the details of what progressivism is, why not find out who is the founder of the progressivism theory? So progressivism theory is founded by John Dewey, who is an American philosopher. Alright, so now let's move to the definition of progressivism as well as its main focuses or emphases. So what is progressivism? Progressivism is an educational theory that focuses on the need for students to learn through their own experiences and to be actively involved in their own learning process. So what are the main emphases as well as the main focus of progressivism education? Basically, when it comes to progressivism education, there are 5 main focus. First of all is the progressivism education emphasizes on active learning. So in progressivism education, students are taught to be actively involved in their own learning process. Students are given opportunity to explore more about their own interests as well as the new things. On top of that, students are encouraged to use more creativity on their own. Students are encouraged and valued for using their creativity in their own learning process to produce and or to discover new things. And another main focus is how students are taught to think and not what to think. So what does it mean by that? It means that students are given the freedom to think instead of being forced by the teacher to think about a particular topic. And on top of that, students are encouraged to use their own ideas and thoughts to find questions about what they have already learned. And another important focus is how progressivism education encourages social interaction. Students are given the opportunity to talk and give the ideas to improve their communication skill and share information among their group in class. And not to mention about the progressivism education in which it promotes individualized instruction. So students are given the freedom to choose the way to learn on their own so that they don't have to feel pressure, and also at the same time have them to learn at their own pace. And the last main focus of the progressivism education is that it promotes lifelong learning. Students are encouraged to do self-learning even when they leave school, and by doing so, students can keep on improving themselves for the better. And on top of that, in the classroom, students are encouraged to discover their own learning. So discovering learning is a revolutionary method that encourages students' natural ability and thirst for new information. This method emphasizes, self-discovery, which means they are given plenty of opportunities in classroom, and outside them, exploring everything, with the questions at hand. And another point is that when it comes to this kind of education or educational theory, students are, mostly taught to have project-based learning. Project-based learning is an innovative method of instruction that gives your students opportunities to work on long-term projects with real-world applications. And another thing is that in class, students are encouraged to have a cooperation among their team or among their classmates, which is called cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is a classroom environment that encourages, students' collaboration and competition. In these, so students are allowed to work on projects with their peers or their classmates and learn from one another's mistakes as well as their successes. And last but not least, this kind of education encourages experimental learning. Experimental learning is an exciting and engaging way for students to gain insight to their world. taking part in activities, watching videos, or reading articles and topics relevant to the course goal will give you new perspective that can help guide future decisions. So now let's move to the teacher's role when it comes to progressivism education. So teacher plays an important role in promoting discovery and self-direct learning. And on top of that, teachers should try to engage students in their active learning, in which students need to collaborate themselves among teachers and themselves, and as well as themselves with other students in the class. On top of that, teacher also should also integrate socially relevant themes into the class for the students as well. And not only that, teachers should also promote, values of community, cooperation, tolerance, justice, and democratic equality. Teachers should also encourage the use of group activities, promoting, the application of projects to enhance their learning and as well as their critical thinking. And another important point that teachers should do is try to challenge students to work on their problem-solving skills, developing decision-making technique, as well as utilizing cooperative learning strategies. Alright, so now you have already heard about the teacher's role when it comes to progressivism education. So why not find out about the student's role when it comes to the same kind of education? So students' role in progressivism education is that they need to interact with their own environment, setting objectives for their own learning, working together to solve problems, learning, especially they need to learn. So as you guys have already known, there are 5 main philosophies when it comes to education, as well as the 5 main theories. So when it comes to progressivism theory, this theory is actually influenced by 2 educational philosophy. First of all is the pragmatism philosophy. So just like pragmatism philosophy, progressivism education is an experimental process to promote practical experience by questioning and testing. And another philosophy that influenced our progressivism education is actually existentialism. So along with pragmatism, progressivism also focuses on the students' interests and needs during their hands-on experience as well.
Here is the example of the students from Group 3 are discussing poverty that they have just learned, and they are assigned to work on the projects of raising funds to help poor children. Progressivism, which is taught by teachers, encourages students to explore or to experience by themselves what they have learned from the classroom. They experience new things in life by participating in new activities that they encountered through discovery learning, project-based learning, cooperative learning, and experimental learning.
So basically our team members are conducting a project in which we are raising funds in order to have a workshop in a remote area. And yes, basically it's a fundraising proposal for
Good activity, yes. Good participation in the society. I have some Louis. Okay. Only 1,000. Okay. Finally, they successfully completed the experience doing a project with progressivism practice.